the tournament director. It's actually a little bit more lax with the restrictions as far as packs without. But yeah, honestly, I don't know.
Hand that microphone to James Snyder. No, he says no, no.
I got one for Greg here. Where do you see your subscribers by the end of this year, 2025? You're at what, 135 now? 200,000? 250?
I don't know. I don't need to check right now. Let's see. Right now.
Come on, we gotta get 150.
We got 136 right now. You know, honestly, to be truthful, I don't really care. Like, it's cool to have subscribers and people who watch it, but like, I think it's more like the quality versus the quantity, if you know what I mean. Like today, for example, when we were out there, me and you guys, like, man, it was incredible. Like, just the kind words you guys had to say about guys that just go fishing. Like, it's wild. I mean, I would never imagine in a million years we'd have this kind of support, this kind of love that goes on. So, you know, subscribers are great, but I think as long as I come back to the show each year and it's the same kind of love, that's what I want. That's more important to me. So.
Do you like pitching the most? Like, it like makes sure like it's like fighting, like.
Best fighting fish?
Yeah, that you like catching the most.
Best fighting fish, the one that I like catching the most. It's got to be bass. I mean, I love a good top water bite. Good top water, good frog bite. When you can throw it
because they kill the northern
got a big
zone.
cheese mat or somewhere on the delta, and you see a big bass come up and eat that frog. I don't think I can ever get sick of that.
That never gets old. Top water throwing, like the delta for them big fish punching, throwing that top water. I love that, but just as equally, throwing the jig at Shasta, just fighting those fish as well. It's equally as fun, you know. It's a good thing when you can get your fix of going to the Delta or Clear Lake, fish for only 5 bites all day, throwing big baits, and you know, maybe not catching nothing or catching a fish of a lifetime. And then you have the other side where you can go to Shasta or somewhere Orville and catch, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 fish throughout the course of the day. You know, it's good to do both, I feel. You know, man, I love fighting them all.
I'll say that I love watching Greg's videos when he gets scared by that topwater bite. He just always like cringe on that.
Yeah.
And that is true. Like, that's the best. Like, when you're topwater fishing, you get that bite, you're not expecting it. Man, it was
the best.
Get that blood flowing.
Yeah, you know when Greg catch a good one, he got to do the look back at the camera. Yeah. You know it's magic time. The look back.
Greg, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Josh, but my question to you is, what I'm trying to say is, when you do a video at Lake Natoma, it would be an honor, you know. When you come to Lake Natoma, there's some big ones in there.
Well, you got it, you said it, so I have to. Absolutely. You know, I've actually heard good things about that lake. It's a place I've never been. Lake Natoma. What's your best advice? $14-pounders, so they live there. OG challenged him? Right on. We'll put it on the list. Yeah, good question.
Over here. This one's to everybody. What's your favorite setup and why?
Favorite setup? Is that what it was? So favorite rig, right? Where you like to fish?
Well,
I'm gonna go first. I'll go first. We'll go this way. I'm a jig all day long. All like, doesn't matter the conditions, whatever. I love jig fishing.
You ready? Jig, punch, crankbait, punch, chatterbait. Where's Coach? Spider
That's
bait.
not true. Any
There you
Japanese
go.
topwater bait, I'll throw that all day.
Spider
oh
bait.
yeah.
Coach.
I get punched all day long. It does not bother me. for one fish if that's what it's gonna be. You know, punching is man, you cannot be punching. You know, but it's like equal to, I feel like saying, like throwing a big bait. You know, they'll tell you throw the big bait for the big fish, but you might only get one or two, maybe zero. I feel it's the same way with punching. And it's hard for someone too. It's like even for me, when I go to a lake to pick up a swim bait, I'll be the type like, someone can say, man, they biting them. You just got to keep throwing it. I'll throw it for an hour with no bite, and then I'm like, that's it for me. Put it down. Get back to the weigh-in, and then the guy's like, did you throw it? They were biting it. And I'm like, yeah, the hour I threw it wasn't enough. And it's all mental. I said, you know, you want to try very hard to, if you get out there on the water, it's so easy to. You haven't been out in a week or two to go back to where you caught fish, you know, because you know they were biting. That's easy, and throw the same thing. But you also got to tell yourself sometimes, like, look, today we're going to try something different. Today we're going to try a different side of the lake. You gotta keep trying different things.
No, come on, you're the ice cream man.
That's right, sir.
Water.
I'll be out there trying to serve ice cream. Hey, you know, I'll go down the bank, I get a bite, especially punching 2-3 bites. Oh yeah, I'm circling the block. I'm hitting again.
Yeah. Get those kids out. Get those kids out.
Get those kids out, man. Ice cream, baby.
I think the best anybody who's like fresh to fishing, boat fishing, kayak fishing, any kind of fishing, if you want to catch, my opinion, the biggest fish of your life, pick up a jig, learn how to soak it, pop it. Jigs are so diverse. They're the best bait. If I could only have one bait, I think it'd be a jig. Because you could use it when it's the worst day, the best day. You could swim it. You pick up a football head, a 3/8 or a half-ounce football head, like a brown or a green pumpkin preferably. That works all the time. You pick up that jig, don't put it down all day, bring one rod out, and it'll blow your mind because you will catch the biggest fish you've caught. That's how it works for me, at least.
Who can get one? Most efficient bait.
Well, mine's is still gonna be punching. I mean, if I can punch and throw hot water, and usually I can do that 90% of the time of the year, that's what I'm gonna do. Comfortable doing that. I mean, like I said, I still got a lot of learning to do myself. You know, it's still basic. Like I said, I get out there and we'll all fish together, and I threw everything but the jig, and to come back and be like, it was the jig. And I'm like, man, got a whole bag of them sitting in the house with dust on them. You know, jigs, crankbaits, swim baits, I gotta step my game up. But punching and any type of top water, oh yeah. And that rigor mortis! Yeah, I just got the Paul Bailey one, so yeah, I'm about to start really crushing on those. Who's up next?
I've got a question and a comment. Greg, I just wanted to thank you for all the time you put into these videos. I know the crowd may not think you're the best angler in the group, but you're definitely the best video editor in the group. I think it goes without saying. That's true. I haven't seen all these videos. So thank you. I have your videos playing so much that I got in trouble with my wife. I now have to watch The Bachelorette with her to like offset all the time. I forced her to watch this group of people, and she just texted me and said not to come home unless I hear the true story about Alden Walden's name. She wants to know what his parents were thinking of, or what, if he changed, did he change it to Alden after the fact? Uh-oh, your parents are here?
Where are they? I'll go get them. My dad's actually over there, so we can talk to him afterwards. That's the story. And from what I heard, my mom thought it was great. My dad thought it was funny, and so it was a happy
put your
medium.
hand up.
Hi, Alden Walden.
They named him that as a joke, and it stuck.
So his name is one of the. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
His name, he'll say it's not. Me and his mom picked it because it was the name on one of the first 3 ships of the Mayflower coming over from England.
Very nice, very nice.
That sounds like a lie.
That sounded too fancy. What else we got?
This one's for Obi. Where did the dupe come from? What's the origin of the dupe?
All right, so me and my team partner Clint Eastwood, we're we're always cracking jokes on the water, and we came up with all these names just being on the water, goofing around. And fishing with him so much, we always was like, oh, you got Duke. Oh, that was a little Duke. Or Duke, you know, and it was like, oh, man, the bigger the big bass, the bigger the Duke. Once I got back with Greg and we started doing the videos, it was just natural. You know, like the eat, the deed, everything I do is just how I always was. So it's like I can't stop it if I wanted to. You know, so now every time I catch a fish, I gotta let out the duck, down, you know, and it lets the other fish know that I'm there. You know?
All right, this one's kind of like a two-parter. First part is I want to know, on one of the videos, somehow Santa ended up skinny dipping. And then the second part to that is how much therapy did it take for you, Greg, to get the images out of your head?
All of our ideas of skinny dipping are two different things, because it wasn't skinny.
Here's the problem. There's a lot. If it wasn't for Greg's editing, there'd be a lot of making Santa.
You know what the problem is? When that stuff happens, I have all the GoPro footage I have to watch.
All right, so how I skated it, like, I'm an old hippie, by the way. I'm a big deadhead. So that day was hotter than hell on New Melones. And I think it was practice, right? And I'm out there, I'm skinny dipping, and I you know, you could see from a distance, like, oh, that's Greg. So I like wave him over. And he thought I was injured. He thought I was like a stranded kayaker. And so he cruises over, and here I am, you know, buck naked. And that was the day I actually, the dock was so hot, aluminum, and I got a bad leg, and I fell, and I burnt the tips of all of my fingers. It was brutal. It was like 110 that day.
Santa, you know the best part of that story, though? And this is not a lie, I swear to you, this is true. When I saw him nude, I'm not kidding, like 3 spotted bass were cruising right around him. I'm not kidding, I swear.
And I can back that story up because we were on the phone and you go, there's some guy waving me down. Oh, it's Santa. And then, oh, he's naked. There's spotted bass circling around him.
What did Mike say? He was fishing the net.
Yeah,
He was fishing the net rig.
Sorry, Santa. That too. Yes?
I have a question for all of you guys. What is your personal best and where did you guys catch it?
8 pounds, 11 ounces Delta.
I had fished a Wednesday nighter a couple of years ago and stopped on this bank to throw a chatterbait. The first cast was a 10-pounder, and I'm like, oh my God, tournament only started 30 minutes. Put the 10-pounder in the live well, fix my chatterbait up, make the next cast 11-pounder. 2 casts, never happened to me ever again on the Delta. Oh, it was so much Duke. I got on the phone, did a video. I said, I'm about to catch 40 pounds today. I said, I got 2 over 10 already. And then the rest of the day just went, you know, but I ended up with 30 pounds, won the tournament. But that day there stayed special for me forever.
Mine in a kayak was 24 inches, I think, and in a boat it was over 10. And they both were on jigs.
Yeah, the biggest one I weighed was in Clear Lake, it was 8.6. And then I won big fish in a tournament on the Delta. I didn't have a scale, but it was bigger than that. It wasn't 10, it was probably just about 9.
I'm 7 pounds on the afterbay, Oroville.
Okay, see?
The afterbay.
All right, this goes out to you two that I just watched your video last night on the OT Challenge. Congratulations on beating the record. I stayed till the end to watch it. I didn't leave early, and it was funny because my wife says, you gotta go to bed because we're going to this show tomorrow, and I had to finish watching the show.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right, quick question. Are we going to see more camping or are we going to see more Airbnb? Well, my next question is I gotta tell you right now that the Airbnbs are because Greg is bougie, so. I gotta have coffee, and I gotta have this.
It's definitely a production, more so than you see in the video.
Yeah, if you knew just how
I'm down with
bougie
Cameron.
Greg was. Yeah. I mean, just look at his hair. You can tell how bougie he is.
It's a win.
Hair hat.
I don't know. Come on. New Melones in August or July. 110 degrees out. You guys want to sleep in the trucks?
I'm down.
Okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I like sleeping in the Airbnbs a lot better than my truck, but
They're all haunted,
still gonna be
dude.
funny. So I will say we have talked about actually doing more camping. And when you got Dutcher at the helm on the fucking stove, excuse my language, but you got Dutcher on the stove, that's some good eatings right there.
You have to beat that out in the video.
I can't fish, but I can't cook.
Yes, sir.
Kayak fishing the Delta. Pick one ramp. One ramp. Best one.
All year, no matter what time of year?
Any region of the Delta, one ramp.
One ramp.
only. There you go.
I'd say Russo's Marina, if I had to pick. That's a tough question. It's a good question. But because the Delta's so, like I got probably 10 or 12 launches on the Delta that I kind of cycle throughout the year, depending on the time of year. So to pick one's tough, but I'd say consistently, Russo's is pretty good.
And that's definitely a tough question. I wouldn't even know, honestly. I mean, it's kind of like it'll depend on when I'm actually going fishing. Will kind of determine which ramp I launch from.
Yes.
So with the size of this crowd that you're going, when are you gonna do that great Blanchard Invitational for like subscribers going on?
Oh, like a tournament?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we do that?
Yeah.
All right. A little meetup sometime. We'll work on it. Yeah, this is a crazy crowd. I've never personally spoken in front of this many people in my life, so it's really cool. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I think sometime this summer, when it gets a little nicer, I think I'll figure something out.
Hello? How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, other than interacting with the viewers here today, would there be any possibility of 2025, like a physical interaction, like a fishing trip with other viewers?
Yeah, like I said, I think, honestly, I would love to do, like the logistics of setting something up, like a meetup, even like having a tournament, like they're kind of hard to do, but I would love, again, even this year, maybe when the weather gets nicer, to have, an event where everyone can come out. We can, I can bring all my kayaks that I have, all 16 of them, and we can, let people get in them, and, try it out, try some fishing. But I like that. Good idea.
Toby. When we get Yonder Tails back?
Oh, Yonder Tails. Hey, I'm definitely bringing it back this year. I have so many more stories to tell you guys. So many, but definitely, I'm already starting to work on them. I was telling Greg, he was telling me too, like, we gotta bring it back, So this year, for sure, I'm gonna bring the page back with more videos and definitely more Yonder Tails.
Guys, we're going to do a couple more questions, okay? And then we're going to give out the rest of our stuff that we have. We'll throw it in the crowd, maybe some dupes, I don't know. And then we'll do the raffle. So,
We were just curious if this is just a hobby for you guys, or is this a full-time job, or do you guys have a real job?
I'd say it's a part-time job. We obviously invest a lot of time in it. It's at least that for me. I don't know about these guys, probably not. More of a hobby. But for right now, it's part-time. It's not full-time.
Yeah, like me and Mike, we never get to fish and pretty much unless it's a tournament because I'm busy with work and family. He's got work and family. don't have enough time to get out on the water, but when it's tournament time, it's go time. We drop everything and head for the lake.
It's definitely a hobby for me. It's a getaway from work, hanging out with the dudes, having fun, fishing. I love fishing. So it's definitely a hobby for me.
Yeah, hobby here. I just make beer.
And to tell everybody the truth, I would not fish as many tournaments as I do if it wasn't for the group of guys that we have. Except for Alden. Alden's kind of cool. The rest of them are pretty cool. It's so much fun to go out and do this stuff with these guys that it's just like, all right, well, why not spend $1,000 if we go fishing?
Guys, I think we're going to do one more question. And then we're going to give away a bunch of stuff. Then we're going to give away the kayak. But so you guys know, we'll be hanging out after here, probably somewhere over there. If you guys have questions for us, so just come and say what's up, meet us over there. But one more question, please.
Who's the commissioner I keep hearing about in your videos?
Who is the commish?
The commish. Hey, you know, me and GB talked about it. Like, should we let everybody know about the commissioner? I think the commissioner still don't want to be known right now, but guaranteed, the commissioner will make an appearance on the OG Challenge. I don't know when. I can't tell you when. But the commissioner, you know, the commissioner's kind of tough. He's a tough guy. He's a fisherman. You will love the commissioner, but, you know, he's got to stay in the background. I think the commissioner don't want the bad press when he start making a part of the challenge where, you know, it's tough for us, you know. Like to be neutral. So the commissioner definitely is still on the wraps, but one of these days, you will know the commissioner is.
Is he a really short guy?
Or the banjo man.
I can't, you know, some people say he's heightening, but I can't too much already, T.
I don't even know who he is.
I thought you were.
Okay.
All right. We got some stuff to give away.
Yeah, more stuff. More